So now let's talk about arguments. That's our final topic in this statements and arguments part. So what did we really do in this when we were working with arguments? We use truth tables to determine the validity of an argument. So remember, when you're doing this, you need to look for critical rows in your truth tables. So we're going to look at a couple examples here. So let's say I want to look at the following. Use a truth table to test the validity of the following argument. So the argument will be, if you are a hound dog, then you howl at the moon. You don't howl at the moon. Therefore, you aren't a hound dog. So we need to use statement variables here. If I look at this argument, I really have two statements going on. The first one being, you are a hound dog, so I'm going to use P for you are a hound dog. And I'm going to use Q for you howl at the moon. So using these variables, I can now take these variables and rewrite my argument that I was given. So the first thing, I have the conditional statement, if P then Q, then I'm told you do not howl at the moon, not Q. Therefore, you aren't a hound dog, not P. So remember that when you write it like this, this is called vertical form. But you can also write this as a single conditional. So remember that this is divided up into these are your premises, and this is your conclusion. So when you write it as a single conditional, you take your premises and write an and between them, not Q. So that all goes together. Put parentheses around it. Your conditional is if that, then, and then you put your conclusion here, not Q. So remember that there are two ways to write these arguments. You can write them in vertical form or as a single conditional. And now that we have it written, we can construct our truth table, PQ. Here I have two statement variables, so remember that our truth table has 4 rows. And so look what you're going to need. I need my first premise, if P then Q. So true, false, true, true. I also need my second premise, not Q. So flip the entries of Q. And I've got all my premises together. All right, these are my premises. Now I need my conclusion in the last row of our truth, or last column of our truth table. It'll be not P. So flip the entries P, and now we need to circle our critical rows. Our critical rows are rows where both your premises are true. So we're only looking at these middle parts here where are they both true. It's only going to be in this last row. So I've circled my critical row. And then I look at my conclusion. My conclusion in the critical row is true. So that tells me that this argument is valid. It's valid because my conclusion is always true in my critical rows, or in this case, just a single critical row.